and glorious.
The Victorians were greatly concerned with improvement and reform and with the plight of the poor. The Oxford movement tried to transform worship through art and through architecture, and to restore to Anglicanism some sense of the ritual that it had lost. It also tried to bring the poor closer to God.
Impossible to find a parking space.
The lines have been drawn.
Don't park here again, sir.
I'm holding them to account, all of them.
In our daily battle to find a parking space. Britain's Parking Hell starts Wednesday at 8 on Channel 5.
Grandpa says that everything in his garden grew from a tiny seed. Peppa Pig kicking off Tuesday morning's milkshake here on Channel 5 after Wildlife SOS.
One of Britain's busiest wildlife rescue and rehabilitation centres is at Leatherhead in Surrey. Simon Cowell leads the team of volunteers.
At Wildlife Aid, during the course of a year, we see many different types of British wildlife. We receive a lot of patients brought in to us by members of the public, but we are often called out to rescue animals from all sorts of situations in the wild. In this episode, we are called to rescue a deer that has badly injured itself trying to jump a fence. The fox that had the abscess on its neck is now fully recovered, and we release her back to the wild. A badger is brought in to us for an examination. A woodpecker is checked over after having flown into the path of a car. This call-out is to an injured deer.
Right, OK.
She's still alive, but she's obviously very hotly
It's very bad shock now.
And she's,
right, OK, we can deal with all that, hopefully.
She's got a very old injury, but she's got the torn one, which is recent.
It seems she's tried to jump the fence, but hasn't cleared it.
Front legs. Here we are. Right, we've got a big stitching job around that leg. That looks like a snare. I'll put that back together.
This poor animal has many old injuries as well, suggesting she's had a very tough life in the wild. Irrespective of their injuries, deer can die from the shock of such accidents, so we administer drugs to reduce the shock. We trim an area of hair to help us locate a vein for injection.
I mean, 10 mils of dexedrosone, which is a corticosteroid, which will just alleviate the shock. And I whacked in a secret 2 mils of diazepam as well, just to calm her down a bit.
I hate captivity, do I?
You only got to say the word vet to them and they croak. I mean, it's a nightmare with deer.
So
Even the youngsters, we'll have them in for 6 or 8 weeks, they'll be absolutely fine. And suddenly they go. Just lift her straight over onto here. That's cool, OK. If they feel that they're contained, they don't fight nearly so much.
To transport deer safely, we bind their legs and wrap them in a blanket. This does them no harm, but keeps them calm and secure.
Just take the bottom all the way in the car. Sit on the back seat. Okay, that's cool. Lovely. Right, you squeeze out. We'll just sit her up on the haunches a bit, so it does much more good.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. It's a good girl. Right. It's a good
So
girl.
with a wound like that, what sort of period of time was she staying?
But 2 weeks, which is what's so disastrous for a deer. The shorter time we can keep them, the better. Get down it.
No, you just a killer.
Today, Jim is going to release the fox that came to us with a huge abscess on her neck. After several weeks' treatment of the abscess and for mange, she has made a complete recovery and is going back to where she was rescued from.
Looking a bit better than the last one, Sarah.
Yeah, she was out cold, just over
just
there.
up there, that's right.
No, what happened, what we didn't know when I picked her up was she had a very bad abscess on the back of her neck. Huge abscess. Probably caused by a bite or another fox. Originally we thought it was dehydration, didn't we? Yeah. But she had septicemia was getting her. But as you can see, she's recovered quite nicely. She's eating like a horse, so she should be okay. You can go out through there, little one. Ready to go? Are you ready to go? Come on then. There you go. Come on. Come on, darling. There you go.
We love this moment when we can release back to the wild a healthy and fit animal. Although her coat still looks a little sparse and her brush still looks a little thin, there is already very healthy regrowth. In a short time, she would look as beautiful as she was previously. In fact, this fox seems so happy to be free again, she looks as though she's jumping for joy. Back at the centre, Christine examines the deer. Malcolm and I hold the animal steady.
Christine can see the other leg, which isn't so pretty, I'm afraid.
It's a big girl, isn't she?
Big tear, Christine. Big tear. I just didn't spend any time in the field. I just sort of got back and I thought we'd have a look when we got here.
Go like that.
Is that a goer?
Is it fun well enough, eh?
We need to get fluid therapy started via a drip, so we shave away some hair to find a vein.
Can you bring a vein up now? Looks so easy to find last time. It was absolutely a nightmare when we actually found it.
Whilst Malcolm and I attach the drip, Christine is working on the minor wounds. Christine prepares the wound by removing the surrounding hair.
Not got any heart in this, have
Sorry?
Down. I mean, this is all old stuff, so she's obviously been done before and before. But she's not that dehydrated.
Another one's been injured since.
I haven't had a very good time so far. And you'd think it's a little bit sort of yellowy, that you sort of squeeze it and you get a stream of pus out of it, which has kept it remarkably
Very clean.
It's been kept clean somehow.
As much missing as I thought after all.
No, where's it gone? Oh, no.
If she makes it, Christine, it might be an idea to wax some BKAs in there tomorrow, mightn't it? To keep it
Yeah.
down.
Now you're not to move.
Rest for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We put the deer into a quiet shed for her to recover.
I'm not even attempting to move her now, I'll pop onto her haunches. Is it you, really? She looks so comfortable.
All right, isn't she?
I sprinkle a powder called Negasunt on the wound to discourage blowflies landing on her and laying their eggs.
All right, come on, little one. You fight. We've done our best. Now you've got to do it by yourself for a bit. Haven't you, huh? You've got to do it by yourself.
Malcolm has been called out to rescue some ducklings that have fallen into a deep gully surrounding a derelict building.
How deep we are down there?
He's been told there's 3 of them.
There's 2 of the little. Yeah.
However, finding all 3 could be difficult.
What are you doing down here, eh? One. Where Mummy's gone. There we go, babes. There we go. Careful, don't tread on anything.
So much rubbish. So the report was actually 3, so it could be even more, I suppose. I don't know whether it actually made its way down here. Come on, baby. Oh, thank God for that. Oh, I'm clearly glad we waited now. Incredible. Right under our feet all the time. Tiniest little hole there. You little monkey. There we go, little. See, brothers and sisters. Who's that, eh?
Checking this deer every quarter an hour to make sure that the drip's still running. It's looking nicely perky, which I'm always very loath to say because it's fatal. Hello, sweetheart. Okay, it's a good girl. It's a good girl. There we are. That's good. Stay there. Sort your drip out. Put that the right way. Make sure you're dripping. Yes, it's a good girl. Okay. Being a good girl, we'll just slow it down a touch now as well. Trying to give you some nice taste in your mouth as well. You're being such a good girl, aren't you, hey? What are you doing, Peter? Everything's running well. We'll keep our fingers tight crossed, but with deer, I'm afraid nowadays, remain cynical and get a pleasant surprise rather than a nasty surprise, don't we? You got your apple, sweetheart? Hey?
Back at the centre, Louise is examining the ducklings that Malcolm rescued from beside the derelict building.
No obvious injury at all. Just abandoned my mum while they're falling down the hole.
Let's have a quick
check them over. I'll check them over. Sure we've got a few more, keep them company somewhere.
Yeah, we do actually.
Must only be a couple of days old, I would have thought.
Yeah, they're quite small.
Goes off. The legs do work, I can vouch for it.
Yeah,
rapid.
There's nothing wrong with you.
We keep detailed records of all our patients, and to help us identify them, we put coloured spots or stripes on their heads with a non-toxic marker.
Very lively. There we go.
I'll leave the other one with the nurse spot. And we'll put those in with the other. We've got another couple in there.
2 more in there.
We'll nurture these ducklings for at least 3 months before they're ready to be released.
They're Adventure Bay's greatest heroes, saving the day with courage in their hearts and a wag in their tails. And every day from 8, one of your favourite pups is coming to the rescue. But you won't find out until the very day which Paw Patrol pup is here to play. Find out which pup is ready for action, and you might catch some surprise brand new rough rescues too in Paw Patrol Unleashed. Every day from 8 and 1, only on Nick Jr.
We've had a call from a local golf club who report they've seen a Canada goose with a stick protruding from its body.
The fact that it keeps flying off means, presumably that the branch or whatever it is that he's flown into has not hit anything vital. I mean, it's sort of hopping a bit because the stick is just about the same height as his foot. Right. So it's tending to sort of hobble a bit. because the stick is obstructing his walking.
It's difficult to imagine how the goose has survived, let alone behaved so normally with this massive physical intrusion. And I can only suspect that such an abnormal and serious wound is as a result of deliberate human cruelty. Tragically, the goose manages to fly off. Catching him is obviously not going to be that easy. I've never seen anything like this before. We must endeavour to locate and catch him as quickly as possible if we are going to stand a chance of saving his life. This badger has been brought in to us by the RSPCA, and we now need to establish what's wrong with it.
He's come in from the RSPCA and got no details on him whatsoever. So we've got kilograms 10,
right.
Exactly.
Okay. Does feel very bony. The backbone's extremely prominent.
It's very small, isn't it?
Looks in like it, yes. I don't know what sex it is.
Small.
Possibly for a
These
young
last
sow.
years?
Yeah, this is certainly not this year's, obviously, but
No.
it's hard to see without having a handful of teeth to look at. She does feel
She
extremely
looks thin, doesn't she? She's got a lot of fur on there, but she looks
Yeah,
her skeleton
nice,
looks thin underneath, doesn't
Give you
it?
some food, make you feel happier. That might only be the only problem, but we need to find out where it came from.
Although very thin and small, there were no other obvious signs of injury, so we'll put her in one of our observation sheds until we can get a vet to have a look at her, to establish, if we can, what her problem is.
Come on. Yeah.
Asleep.
Go on, wakey wakey. Come on, in you go. It's a new bed, it's a bit bigger than the horrible little cage. Come on. Isn't it funny? I think they'd really bolt, wouldn't you? Come on, sweetheart.
Always the same, isn't it?
Tip
They won't
you
go
out.
in there and then they won't come out.
There she goes. There we are, sweetheart. You make a nice little bed in there, can't you? Eh? It's quite warm, actually, so she probably might not make bed just yet.
These are baby thrushes. They were brought in to us when they were just a few days old by a member of the public who found them huddling under an upturned nest on the ground. The nest must have been dislodged from a hedge, and the parents were nowhere to be seen. Thrushes are one of the most well-known garden birds, but at the centre we never discriminate between what is rare or what is common, or what is badly or mildly injured. We believe our role is to do whatever we can to help all and any species, whether they have been the victim of natural or man-made incidents. The number of calls we get a year is over 10,000, and whilst our work may not make a significant difference to the balance of nature, we want to ensure that we can minimise the suffering of the wildlife that lives alongside us. This is a green woodpecker that's just been brought in by a member of the public.
He's actually found by a lady laying in the road. There's a pigeon one side of the road and he was laying the other. As they went past, they thought he saw one of the wings move, so they stopped. He was just laying there with his beak open, not moving. So I assume he's bounced off a car. He's found in the road. Legs seem to be working, wings seem to be working. He didn't really want to fly. He's recovered a lot from when they picked him up. He was just laying motionless with his beak open when they picked him up.
It's a little bit thin, but not too bad.
Woodpeckers have a very delicate constitution and do not fare well in captivity. After the initial examination, minimal handling of this more nervous type of bird is vital.
Doesn't appear to have any injuries.
No. Just as a juvenile, I don't know how old he is. He should be flying, I would have thought. He's got those full feathers, hasn't he?
Looks quite good. We've got another one in at the moment, so I'll put him in the same cage. See how they get on.
I'll see if he'll fly or not. Pretty, isn't he?
An injection of a drug called dexedresen will help alleviate the bird's shock.
There you go. Okay.
Joyce, one of the vets who helps us, has come to see the badger that was brought in earlier.
Did anyone manage to weigh it when it came in?
Do you want to feel its muscle tone, Joyce, or not really bother?
It's much easier just to see it move. Tells you more really than feeling. Unfortunately, that's the most difficult thing to get them to do.
At your peril, she said.
When you've got her, I will have a quick feel, but it's as I say, Nick.
What daft badgers are they?
Okay, you got her?
Yeah.
Right, stick the head in the corner over there if you can. The head's in the corner. It can't be where I am. All right, sweetheart. Yes, I know. Let's just have a leg. That's good.
Is it boy or girl, Joy?
Oh, anyone else see? Because I can't go.
All right.
Does the muscle tone feel better, Joyce?
Yeah, that's fine. Nothing wrong with you. Right, now if you can... Oh, sorry. If you can let it go up this end. I want it out. Muscle movement's not brilliant at the back end, but it's not going to get any better sitting in here.
No.
So she might as well go and develop her muscles out.
Susan is going to see how the woodpecker is getting on.
Hammering on the door. It was all banging. The door was banging. He stopped because we've come round. Nice woodpecker here, green woodpecker, which are quite unusual, I think. Very pretty colouring, nice feathers. Didn't like that anymore. By smearing puppy food on the door and putting it in those cracks, that's how... I mean, he has been pecking at the door a bit. We've heard him. Puppy food. They're meat eaters. I'm just going to mix it in with some lovely chopped maggots.
Susan has had the idea of providing the woodpecker's food by smearing it on the wood of its cage, so that it can feed itself as if it were picking insects or grubs off the bark of a tree.
It's all a bit worrying, mate, isn't it? It's going to be a hand job, isn't it?
Only time would tell if this is going to be successful.
There's a live maggot there as well. How attractive.
After a few days of rest and feeding up, we decided that the badger should go back to where she was found. Ray Ings from the East Surrey Badger Group came to collect her.
This was picked up by the dog control officer, and he came across this badger, as far as I can gather, and it wasn't looking too good. Picked it up, took it to the animal hospital, and then from there it came down here. So we're just going to go back and put it back where it came from, basically.
He and Malcolm will carry out the release later tonight.
Certainly knows he's home.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff.
Malcolm prepares to release the badger back to where she belongs.
Come this way, fella. A helping hand.
I think you're going to need to tip him now.
I think we'd have to tip him, otherwise he's not going to.
Just keep it like that for a minute. You're still back up here again. What's he doing? There's a hanging on, he says.
This is the Serotine bat you may remember from a previous episode. Ross Baker, a bat expert, is on hand with Louise to supervise this latest attempt to release it. Ross has got his bat detector with him. This converts the bat's high-frequency echolocating signals into audible sounds. These noises help Ross to determine how the bat is reacting to the situation and whether there are other serotines nearby. We had tried releasing it before, but it didn't seem interested in going. We are hoping for better luck tonight. And now the moment of truth.
She was going round here, then she went all the way round.
Yeah, I saw her go past that
going
way.
back over the King's Road area where we know the colony lives and comes from. So she was travelling at good speed, at good height, in the right direction. It's got to be a good result as far as we're concerned. It's the best we could have hoped for.
In the next episode, we check on the progress of the green woodpecker. A fox is rescued from a garden, but his prospects do not look good. And we are called out to rescue some ducklings found dangerously near a main road. And a rabbit with concussion is given an examination.
This is my mum's room. toilet. This is the kitchen. Mine and my sister's. I wish it was bigger. You won't like to go in there.
Meet the kids facing the ups and downs of life in the sky.
It's not safe to play out at night.
4 kids in 1 bedroom.
I like it here. We're high up.
Tower Block Kids starts next Monday at 9 on Channel 5.
Good morning, milkshakers. It's Tuesday, and as you know, it's Milkshake Summer of Animal Friends, and we've got a real treat for you this morning. We are joined by Peanut the Parrot. Good morning, Peanut. Bit too early for him, but not too early for Pepper.
A sprinkle of fun. Toomey's Foam Cone Factory sponsors Milkshake.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George. This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig. Gardening.
Peppa and George are playing at Granny Pig and Grandpa Pig's house.
Grandpa, catch!
Ho, 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 ho. Catch! What's this?
Dinosaur. Grrr.
A dinosaur? Ho, 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 ho.
Grandpa, what are you doing?
I'm planting these seeds.
Seeds? What do seeds do?
Seeds grow into plants. I just make a little hole and put the seed in. Then I cover it with earth and water it. Everything in my garden grows from tiny seeds like these.
Even the big apple tree?
Oh, yes. This tiny seed will grow into a little apple tree, like this.
Ooh!
And that little apple tree will grow into a big apple tree, like this. Ouch! And inside this apple are more seeds.
To make more apple trees.
Exactly.
Grandpa! I want to plant a seed.
Would you like to plant a strawberry seed?
Yes, please.
This seed will grow into a lovely strawberry plant. First, make a little hole.
Then I put the seed in and cover it with earth.
Shall I water it for you?
No. I want to water it.
Good. Now we wait for it to grow.
Peppa and George are waiting for the seed to grow.
It's not doing anything.
You'll have to be patient, Peppa. It will take a long time to grow.
Peppa, George, it's time to go home.
But we're waiting for my strawberry plant to grow. I wanted strawberries for tea.
Don't worry, Peppa. Next time you come, the seed will have grown into a plant.
I will have strawberries.
Yes.
Come on, Peppa.
Bye-bye, Grandpa. Bye-bye, strawberry.
Grandpa Pig looks after Peppa's strawberry plant. After many days, Grandpa Pig finds a tiny plant growing. Day by day, the plant grows bigger and bigger. Then one day, Grandpa Pig finds something very special.
Strawberries.
Grandpa, we're back.
Peppa and George have come to play again.
Grandpa, did my plant grow?
Yes. Look.
Ooh. Strawberries. Thank you, Grandpa. Grandpa, can we plant something else?
Yes. Now it's George